Did Kris Jenner sue Tristan Thompson for cheating?
Did Melania publicly diss Donald Trump?
Oh, and is Kim over Kanye West?
Oh my gosh, we're breaking it all down right here on Rumor Patrol.
Right here?
Right here. Right here.
Guys, welcome. Welcome to Rumor Patrol. I'm here with Drew, guys. First of all, thank you so much for subscribing. We really do appreciate it. You keep us,
Wakanda forever.
I guess, with you subscribing, it helps us keep our jobs. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah,
so
thanks,
thank you
guys.
so much. Drew, what did you do this past weekend? I feel like I love when I love Jocelyn, but I also love when I get to host with my friends.
She's coming back,
too.
don't worry.
My other friends.
Yeah. What did I do this weekend?
Yeah.
I don't remember, but it had something to do with like some dude I shouldn't be talking to.
Okay,
Their usual,
okay.
you know?
This is my shock face.
What'd you do?
This past weekend, what did I do? Was it this past weekend I went to the beach, or was it
That was this past weekend, I think.
Okay, well, I guess I went to the beach, I think. I'm pretty sure. My weekends blur together. You know, I'm always working. And yeah, you know, I think I'm happy. You know, this weekend I'm going to Palm Springs.
Are you?
Mm-hmm, I'm going on Sunday.
Fun.
Yeah, so let us know what you're doing today on this
Palm trees.
beautiful Saturday. But anyway, guys, so we have to talk about some of the rumors from this week, starting with one particular rumor that involves Kris Jenner suing Tristan Thompson.
What?
Tristan Thompson, we all know what's been going on. As Chloe was in preparation to give birth,
Yes.
the scandal and the news came out that Tristan Thompson has been cheating on her for months with different women, and it's just got really messy, right?
Adulterer.
So then the beautiful True Thompson was born.
Yes.
Okay. And some people were saying that she was named True because I saw one tweet that said she was named True because Tristan needs some honesty in his life.
That is so
Which
upsetting.
is true. But anyway, so now reports are coming out this week, and this is from multiple sources, and it doesn't necessarily say that Kris is suing him. However, she is getting money from him. So in a way, she is. Let me just read the headline. Okay. So this particular headline said, Kris Jenner reportedly made Tristan Thompson sign a $10 million contract. So according to the article, the famous momager wrote up a contract that requires him to put $10 million in a trust for the baby girl he just had with Chloe. True Thompson is Chloe's first child, of course. And a source close to the family told OK that the contract includes a clause that will require him to pay an additional $10 million into True's account if he's caught cheating again.
I mean, I'm fine with that. Like, he needs to pay for what he did. Third trimester Thompson, as they call him.
I mean, I'm okay with that too, but is he okay with that? And to be fair,
Doesn't matter, he doesn't get a say.
to be fair though, so his salary, he makes a lot per year. I think last year was like $15 million a year, something crazy as an NBA player.
Great.
But $10 million is still a lot. Like, that's a lot.
Yeah.
But for Tristan, clearly he thought that he could get away with all this before.
Yeah,
he probably
it makes
thinks
me
he can get away
upset.
with it again.
Well, he can't, so pay up, bruh.
Okay, well, there is another
Make
article
my
that
head
was
unscrew.
on...
I'm doing so much neck rolling.
You got your neck hurt? I'm trying to find it, but I can't find it. There was an article on Evening Standard, and it was on The Sun, but it also talked about another, which I'm trying to figure out if maybe these are the same, but I don't think so, because this one talked about a $1 million honesty contract that she was also trying to get him to sign, just pretty much saying that if he breaks that honesty contract, he has to pay $1 million. So basically, reports are coming out that Kris is trying to get this money, but the interesting thing is, at first you're like, okay, is this true?
Yeah.
Probably not, maybe, I don't know. But it was in reputable outlets all over, like all the major outlets. Two, we've had this trend recently with the Kardashian Jenners where if something comes out that's so salacious and outrageous, they'll be first on their Twitter to say that's not true or lies, whatever.
Right.
For example, earlier this week, there was the Kanye story came out.
Yeah.
And Kris Jenner, it said that Kris Jenner exploded on him or something. They got into a savage fight.
And she was like, lies. Yeah.
But she hasn't said lies about the family being furious at Tristan. She hasn't said lies about this contract. So Sounds true to us. The source said she's been through it all with her girls, and at this point, she knows exactly how to take control, no matter the situation. Of course, Kris hopes the contract will deter him from future bad behavior, but if it doesn't, she'll make sure there's a payday for her family. I don't know. This is sounding very true.
$10 million is a lot. Maybe it's not that much, but I think there's definitely a contract in place that says if you screw up again, bro, you gotta pay up.
Okay, but 10 million. Okay, here's the thing though. Maybe if he's trying to get into her good graces and he saw that the $10 million is like something for true or whatever, he's like sign it, and maybe he didn't see the clause that says in there, because you think he really had like a lawyer look over it?
No, I think Kris Jenner was sitting right there with like a
and
taser
like,
to his head, and
sign
she said,
I will ruin you. I will ruin you.
Genitals in hand.
The devil works hard, but Kris Jenner works hard. Also, did you see the craziness though? This week,
what happened?
Or actually, it was kind of like as we were shooting at the end of last week, more news came out that around Valentine's Day, like around NBA All-Star game time, he was also caught like in a flirtatious manner with 2 other models. So it's just like, how many more are there going to be?
Get him a chastity belt.
Well,
that should be in the contract as well.
I think that's why the $10 million is so believable, because if it's something so high, like you said, then it's like less likely for him to, ain't no stopping him. I don't know. So, Drew.
I'm upset.
I'm upset as well.
That was not a good way to start this off, because now I'm going to have an attitude for the rest of the time. Yep.
Nuh-uh.
Yep.
No, we got to turn that around real fast. Okay, so is the rumor true that Kris Jenner is suing Tristan Thompson for $10 million? Okay, it's not really. She's not really suing him, but the contract sounds real.
Contract is real, so let's say that.
The contract is true.
True.
All right, Drew. We don't really cover a lot of politics on this show.
Yeah.
However, I just need some clarification here. Is it true that Melania Trump dissed Donald Trump publicly?
Well, what happened was, so I'm sure you guys have seen clips. It's happened a few times where Donald Trump has tried to just scoot his little fingers into his wife's hand, and she's just.
I'll be Donald Trump.
Okay,
Will you be Donald Trump?
I'll be Donald Trump. So
I'll be Melania.
Put your hand up so the people can see. So he'll just he's just trying to get in there, and it doesn't quite make it in there. I don't know if she's too warm and she just doesn't want like the human warmth. I don't know, but she just doesn't want his hand in her hand.
Okay.
So it's happened a few times, and recently the French president and his wife were in D.C. for the White House State Dinner, and well, I'd say this was the worst hand deflect yet. She just wasn't having it, and he went in for the kill, and she was just like, and even her face was like,
I can't.
She just doesn't want to hold his hand.
Drew, okay, like you said, this isn't the first time this has happened, and if you've been keeping up with the dynamics and the body language between Melania and Donald since he got into office, it's changed drastically. But can we just show like one of the most famous ones that went viral last year when she swatted his hand away when she was getting off the airplane?
Swatted.
Okay, but can we zoom in on that, because you really have to make sure you see this.
Oh man.
Drew, I don't know. Like, there's so many questions I have about this, because on the one hand, I want to say
that she doesn't.
On the one hand, I can't. Like, I want to say that this isn't a diss, but at the same time, you know, after the first time this happened, especially knowing Donald Trump, the same guy who tweets all the time, is very vocal.
Right.
Okay. After she did it the first time, you know they had a private conversation. He was like, Melania, you can't do that to me. I can't do a Donald Trump impersonation. But you know he went to the private quarters and said, you can't be doing that to me. And she's like, but Donald,
she's just not having it.
I don't want to deal with you.
She's like, I have to stand out here. I already am doing things I don't necessarily want to do, and the last thing I'm going to do is hold your hand.
But there's so many, okay, so here's the thing. There's literally tons of reasons.
Yeah. Of why she.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know.
The craziest part of it is, though, that she continues to do it in a public manner.
Right.
Like, when you know cameras are on you.
Right there.
And I wonder if, like, she forgets, because you talked about it in this most recent one when the hand thing was happening.
Yeah.
Okay, so you be Melania this time.
Okay.
So it would start off as like a little pinky thing, and she's like pulling away. But then there was one point where he like goes in and he goes like this, and then she like literally her body shifts away, and she does this face like,
no.
fine.
Like, girl, the cameras are right on you.
They're right on you.
She does not care.
Okay, but I know that we were reading this article from Bustle that had like a body language expert explain.
Oh, yeah.
What they have to say.
So the body expert said, quote, "We don't know what it's about. It could be like, no, not now. Now's not the right time. Or it could be, don't you try to hold my hand. We don't know." He added that it's entirely possible that the two were simply unsure of what's the proper hand-holding protocol at an official state dinner.
I mean, that could be true.
That could be true. But I don't know. I don't think she was like, no, this is not right.
But the French president and his wife, they were like normal. They were affectionate and everything. Like,
oh, okay, well then.
And then the other crazy part of this is they were talking about how when Donald Trump went to kiss Melania, it was like an air kiss, literally. Like he was like this and this. So if this is her face, he was like this and this. But then to the French president's wife, he literally kissed her on the cheek.
Oh.
So the only thing that I can think of is Melania was wearing like a huge hat.
Oh, okay.
And how do I say this without?
Didn't want to get like the tan on
Yes.
it? Yeah.
I just want to say it. But she's wearing a huge white hat, and I think that he just didn't want to get his tan stuff on her.
There's nothing wrong with that. People get spray tans all the time.
that's no other way to say it.
Maybe Melania is just one of those people who doesn't like to be touched. A lot of people just don't like to be touched, even by their husband.
By their husband, though?
In public at a state dinner.
I don't know. Obviously, I'm sure you guys have an opinion too, but the question is, did Melania Trump publicly diss Donald Trump? This is true.
Okay, Emil, what's going on with this Kim-Kanye drama?
Okay, so Kanye's been in the headlines literally ever since his return to Twitter. He's been tweeting non-stop.
Yeah.
Like non-stop.
Long, too.
Exactly. That's not an exaggeration. Like every hour there is something new. It's been making headlines. Okay, so this time the source comes from Radar Online and the headline exclusive. Ticking time bomb, Kanye's latest bizarre Twitter breakdown has Kim on edge. So like I said, Kanye recently returned to Twitter.
Yeah.
And he's been enlightened, it feels like. You know, Kanye was always one to speak his mind and have a different train of thought. But so he's been very vocal, and here's what they have to say. So Radar Online has exclusively learned that his wife, Kim Kardashian, is worried about his state of mind. This is their quote. Kim wants Kanye to shut the up, and she hates the fact that he is rambling all this nonsense on Twitter. A Keeping Up the Kardashians insider said she has begged him to end it before it's too late, and he refuses, which is only making her so much more upset.
Okay, listen. Kim is not one to shy away from social media.
Right.
So I highly doubt that she's like, Kanye, I'm really upset by the fact that you're voicing so many opinions on Twitter.
Yeah.
Like,
it doesn't seem like her, and Kim loves Kanye, that's her husband.
Yeah.
But
she lets him hold her hand.
She does.
No shade.
Here's the thing. So every single time Kanye's been saying things, there's been like certain things that articles have picked up.
Yeah.
And there was one recently where he pretty much said he was getting, it was something to the effect of, I don't know why I didn't put this on here, but it was something to the effect of he's getting rid of like everyone in his life or something, or everything. And she was like, everything? And then there's that whole exchange between Kim and Chrissy Teigen. If you haven't seen that, we did a daily about it on Newsfeed. But anyway.
That was funny.
It was funny though, but the thing was, people keep thinking that Kim is being serious when really she's like, she's joking, right?
Totally kidding.
Okay, so here's what it also says. It says, not only does she hate the fact that he's stealing her spotlight, which we have to pause there, Kim doesn't care.
She doesn't care at all. They're not competing with each other for attention.
Exactly.
Different audiences.
Completely different audiences.
I don't go to Kanye for makeup.
I can't.
I don't.
You don't go to him trying to get some KKW inspiration?
No.
I'm done. Okay. It says, but she and her family feel like he is coming unhinged again and that he may be going through another mental meltdown. So I just think it's dangerous for them to put this in here because he did struggle from that mental breakdown. Right. And so unless you know it as a fact, I don't think you should say it.
No.
That's just me.
I agree.
We don't know what's going on. What if Kanye's just like, wow, I just never realized how much I like Twitter. I'm about to be on here all the time.
All the time.
You know what I mean?
Like an awakening.
Doesn't mean it's a meltdown.
No.
But to each his own. Everybody has their opinion.
Yeah.
They also said Kim feels like she has to constantly check his feed now because no one knows what he's going to do or say next. It's a ticking time bomb. This one, okay. This one I kind of believe.
She's probably like, oh, no, wait a minute.
Because he has been tweeting a lot, and he has been in the press a lot because of his tweets and because of his comments. So, as much as like the last statement I said about the mental health or the mental breakdown, I don't necessarily, I'm not going to say that he's on the verge of mental breakdown. I don't know. So that's not my right to say, and I don't want to comment on that. But as far as her checking his feed, I kind of believe this only because he's an extension of Kim's brand now.
Totally.
And so if you're making press,
I think she follows Kanye, obviously.
Yeah.
So she's seeing. I don't think Kim is going to Kanye's page and checking what he's saying to
Yeah.
like. She's seen it all, but I don't think she's obsessing over it. Like she knows her husband. She knows
Yeah.
how he is. I'm sure they've had discussions about it before he just puts all this stuff on Twitter.
okay, well, I think it was on
Probably.
earlier this week, and he tweeted out pictures of his house.
Right.
The tweet said, "Do this look like the sunken place?" If you haven't seen Get Out, then you'll know what
Yeah.
that means. But he asked, "Does this look like the sunken place?" And then she said, babe, we had a rule to not show our home on social media, so can we now allow Keeping Up the Kardashians to film in the home?"
Obviously, that's a joke.
Obviously, but Daily Mail
Yeah.
picked it up and they did a headline saying Kim scolds Kanye for showing house on. So
went over
then
their head.
she tweeted, "Oh, relax, I'm joking. Seriously, you can't have a personality on social media these days or you're called bizarre or disturbing." This whole thing is just really problematic. I think you have it on your cards. This is missing on mine. There was one, it might be on, oh, here it goes. He made headlines this week for a conversation that he had with a DJ on 97.1 and pretty much saying there was a point where he said, "I love Trump" or something.
Oh yeah.
He's just been in the headlines
Yeah.
a lot.
Yep.
But that doesn't mean that Kim is over him or Kim's upset with him, because I think she's making it clear. And like we said earlier in the episode, they've become more vocal about clearing up rumors. And
Yeah.
when somebody says something in an article and a headline is salacious, they clear it up.
Yeah.
And she clearly says, "I'm joking with a lot of this stuff." And I think her part where she says, you can't have a personality on social media these days or you're called bizarre or disturbing, she's probably defending herself, but also defending Kanye.
Yeah.
Right?
I think as far as like the Trump stuff, and then he also said that he supports like everything that Candace Owens says, which she's like another person who's like just very outspoken
Yeah.
about being on the right. I think Kim is probably more weary of those tweets just because I think anything political is always like a touchy subject,
Yeah.
and like if that's associated with her brand and if it has a negative connotation to it, then I think she'd be like, okay, like wait a minute, because people are
Right.
gonna think that I also feel that way because
Right.
we're a unit. So I think those she's probably more concerned about, but the rest of the stuff, Kim's used to Kanye. She's
Well,
used to him.
I guess now we must decide. Is the rumor true that Kim Kardashian is over Kanye West?
That's false.
This is definitely false. Drew!
Amiola.
As we go on, we'll remember. Okay, so Rumor
All
Patrol,
the
ma'am,
times
Rumor Patrol
we
is over. It has
had
come to an end.
together.
Had together.
Wait, what's the thing they do on Out of Box?
Oh, it's been
So
great
long.
to play and
Sing
sing together in the box, but
and
now it's time to say goodbye. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Let us know what you think about that whole Melania Trump. Do you think that was a diss?
Ooh.
Do you think it's just like playful banter they have with each other? Like,
Oh,
oh, you're so silly.
oh,
Sweet. Oh,
Get away.
I can't. And also, what else we talk? Oh, what do you think about this whole Kris Jenner contract thing? Do you think it's true like we do? Because it sounds pretty legit.
$10 million.
10 million.
Listen.
And also, thank you so much for subscribing, guys. We will see you next week and have a wonderful weekend.
Be safe.
Bye-bye. But before you go, click left to see if Danielle Bregoli, aka the Cash Me Outside girl, diss Nicki Minaj.
And click over to the right to see Jocelyn and Aaron make fashion with a celeb fashion designer.